So we have a clip now from David Lynch, and he will tell us how he knows something is done. And I happen to agree with this in a different way.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear this because I haven't seen this. So I'm curious to see what he has to say.
I'm excited to watch your expression.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the incredible checking stick. This checking stick is made up of many different components, and it starts with this ball. It has to be a ball shape, a globe, and it's picking up in all directions. Then it goes to this metal, and this metal will aim the ball at where you want to focus. From there, it goes down this natural material, wood. Wood is such a blessing for humanity. It goes down the natural material wood, and it comes to another natural material, cotton string.
So we have a ball that we don't know the material of. We have a metal rod that is man-made material. We have a wooden rod, which is a natural material. And now we are entering to the there's two more elements to the checking stick.
Okay.
And
I have no idea where this is going.
And you also, and so we're not going to cut this part out. Emily had to leave the room. She was so taken aback by the checking stick. She had to leave the room and bring her dog in, Winnie, just to show Winnie the checking stick.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just so excited. I had to show her.
There you go.
No, she was scratching on the door because it started raining and she got scared.
Oh, okay. Continue.
So.
And it goes through the string to this tab, and it goes to metal. So this stick is focusing on what you want to focus on. In this case, is painting, and the focusing goes through the ball, through, and it needs to come to this metal on the back of the tab.
All right, pause.
Magnifier.
Okay.
Okay.
What is happening?
What do you think we're gonna do? What do you think is gonna happen next?
I have no idea.
We have man-made materials and we have natural materials. Where do you think this is going?
Honestly, I have no idea.
All right, here we go. Continue.
And then you set the tab on your heart and you get a feeling. You get a feeling for what you're focusing on. Then you set the tab on your brain and you get a thinking of what is going on with what you're focusing upon. And you put those two things together and it can help you indicate the next move.
Okay, stop.
But
pause.
Don't really.
This is getting really weird.
So you have a thinking feeling, right?
You have a thinking feeling.
Don't you have a thinking feeling? Like so we talked about this before. When I think pray, right? So I'm thinking and praying at the same time. That's similar to a thinking feeling. And he's about to define that for you, but are you not in that moment? Like, can you not envision a time when you are thinking and feeling at the same time?
Like all the time.
Yeah. Continue.
I just want to know what the stick has to do with it.
You need a checking stick because every human being has what they call intuition. a thinking feeling. But this just helps focus that intuition and gives you maybe perhaps more of an indication of the next step in the work. In this case, I'm getting a feeling close but no cigar, and a thinking that I may have to destroy before I can get this thing to where I want it to be.
I'm shaking my head
So
vociferously.
this
Oh, are you telling me to pause it?
No, I'm just shaking my head because I'm disagreeing, and the people listening don't know that.
Oh.
incredible checking stick can help us figure out the next moves. And it's a tasty little piece.
There you
It's
go.
time to
It's a tasty little piece, and you don't.
What did I just watch?
Take the commercial off and then put us back on, and then we'll continue.
Oh, okay. Oh,
So it's a tasty little piece. So he literally says you don't need the checking stick because you have it. Some people say trust your gut. I hate that phrase, but you can trust your instinct, and your instinct is your thinking feeling, and we do that all the time. There's a time where you know that it's done. I'm not against letting other people chime in and having experts, but there are people who have worked on the same screenplay for 10 years, and that's too long. Sorry if you're out there and you've done that. That's too long. Put it away. Trust your gut. I hate that phrase. Trust your instinct, and then move on to the next thing. Because the more you write, when you're on screenplay number 6 or 7, you learn by doing, and you're just better at it, right? And so when you pull out screenplay number 1, after you're done with screenplay number 7, you're a different person, and your instincts are better, your instincts are sharper, and you see things that you would have never seen had you not written all of those other things.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I'm glad I don't need the thinking feeling stick. Second, yes. So, and I think I'm trying to organize my thoughts. When I was like a teenager, I wrote a novel, and I rewrote it and rewrote it and rewrote it and rewrote it because it never felt done. But now I understand it's because, like you said, I was becoming a better writer, and the story wasn't ever building, like the story was never as good as I was getting, and so I always was going to critique it because I was getting better.
I was shaking my head vociferously. This will be
Yeah.
the last thing I had to say about this. I agree with David Lynch of 99% of the time, and I don't think, like, he's really big on not explaining the ending, not explaining the meaning, right? Because the audience, this is a whole nother topic, but the audience brings meaning with them to a film or to a book, and we'll talk about that in some other day. But the 1% where I disagree with, he said destroy that. Like, he said destroy and start over.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
So I like, just, was he referring to like destroy what you've written or destroy what you've done so far?
So the painting that he pointed the stick at, he's like, close but no cigar. The solution is destroy it and start over.
So maybe that applies to painting, but for writing, I don't delete anything. I use Scrivener, and when you delete something, it goes just into a little folder. It doesn't actually disappear. I call that the compost pile. Because I'm a gardener and that relates to me. But when you throw away trash, it doesn't become trash, it becomes something valuable that can feed the soil. So I always save everything because it can always come up later, or I can pull from that. And also, like I was talking about earlier with you becoming a better writer, sometimes you have stories where you go, you know what, I may never go back to that because that was what I needed to write at the time, and that exhibits what I was able to write at the time. Going back to it now would only destroy that, and it's okay to just have that exist as it is.
And I know that in screenwriting, I know that some people trash and start over, but like you, I use Final Draft, and every time I sit down at Final Draft, I start a new file. And because it
Yeah,
doesn't
me too.
cost
That's what I
anything
do
to
too.
start a new file, right?
Yeah.
And then, so if I delete a scene, it still exists on the file
Yes.
dated September 12th, blah, 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 blah. And because you might revive that scene later, you might like, oh, well, that scene served this purpose that I can't serve in any other way other than that particular scene. So you might bring it back and it's there. You don't have to rewrite it, and you don't have to trust your memory. I'm trying to think of an example of where I just said, this was trash and I threw it away. I think there's always something salvageable, and I can't think of an example. Again, trust your gut. If it was trash, there's things on the outline that are trash, which we'll talk about people that outline and people don't in a future episode. But 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 by the time I'm actually writing the product, I called it a product, Emily. By the time I'm watching a product or writing the product, scenes get trashed, but I don't think I would salvage it and turn it into something else before I would just blow it up, I think.
Yeah.